Are you a teacher seller who's thinking of attending the TPT 2021 virtual conference next week? If so, then this video is for you. For those who don't know me, my name's Rainey. I am the timely teacherpreneur, and I help teacherpreneurs master their time and energy while scaling their business so that they can ditch the hustle and grind, break up with busy, and stop sacrificing their mental health. And so on this channel, you will get all sorts of productivity tips, tricks, and strategies, as well as TPT Seller tips and tricks. If you don't know what TPT is, that's for Teachers Pay Teachers, which is primarily my target audience. So if you don't have a Teachers Pay Teachers store, that's totally okay. If you're just a teacher with an online business, like you have a course or a membership, or you do one-on-one coaching or things, this also can be applied and work for you. But as I mentioned already, make sure to like and subscribe and share this channel so that more people can find it and we can just help more teachers get more productive in their overall workplace. But as I mentioned today, we are going to be talking a lot about what to do to best prepare for the TPT virtual conference. We're going to talk a little bit about why you should go, or maybe why you shouldn't if you're thinking about not going, what the investment is, and just my top tips and tricks to help you best prepare for the conference, which starts next week. So let's get started. Location change. If you're like Rainey, you're filming in a bunch of different places. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know this. My grandmother unfortunately passed about 2 days ago, and so I am back at my mother's again. I had to make that 6-hour trip again. I was here last week, but it's okay. So we've just been spending time together as a family. All of the siblings came back down, and so that's why I'm here again. But I wanted to make sure that this video came out today because the TPT conference starts on Monday, I believe, because it's after the 4th of July. And so I wanted to make sure that it's ready in time. So that is why I'm in a different location, but we're just gonna roll with it, and here we go. If you don't know what the TPT virtual conference is, so typically every year TPT has a conference in the summer. Typically it's in person, but last year it wasn't because of COVID. And this year they were going to make it virtual and in person, but they decided against that. So next year will be in person, which I'm super excited about because I only really started getting invested in my TPT journey probably right before the conference last year. And so I've never actually been in person. And so I really cannot wait. But I'm super excited to get to see it again virtually. So it's $79 to attend, which is really great for an online conference, by the way. Like typically, if they're going to be multiple days, it's way more expensive than that, especially with all the presenters and handouts. But basically, a lot of like more experienced and advanced TPT sellers are going to be sharing different different sessions on all types of things, from like email marketing to SEO to Pinterest strategy to systems to how to start your TPT shop right and beyond. There are videos that are more tailored to beginner sellers, intermediate, and advanced, and there's so many different focuses and pathways that you could take within this course or within this sessions. And with the ticket, you get all the videos until July 31st, which I know doesn't seem like a very long time. That's why I'm going to give you my best tips and tricks on how to navigate that and still make sure that you watch all of the things that you want to see. So I'm just going to go through all of my top tips on how to prepare for the conference, and we'll just go from there. Oh, you might be thinking, should I go? Is it even worth it? I 100% think it's worth it. Just like if you're, for example, that would be the same question of, oh, should I go premium in TPT in my business or should I not? My answer is yes. If you're trying to build your business, you should be doing things to help promote your business. And not only will this help you, because there are going to be sessions that are going to help you. I always learn things no matter how advanced I am, but also they have a Facebook group. And so you can get in there and meet a community of other like-minded people who are actively working on their teacher seller journey. And there's breakout sessions and Q&A sessions with like the presenters and things. And so you can really start to find a tight-knit community of friends that you could make if you don't have any teacher seller friends outside of this conference. So I 100% think it's worth it, especially because it's only $79. And it's worth it. It is worth it though if you're going to be able to watch the things. If you know you're not going to have time to watch the sessions, then obviously don't do it, because last year I did not plan as accordingly, and there were a couple of videos I didn't get to before the deadline. But that was my fault. I already have a Trello board, baby, this year helping me prepare. So let me help you break down all the things. So my first tip when you're deciding what to do and how to prep for this conference is decide what your main focus is going to be for the session or for the conference in general. So what I mean by that is, yes, there's going to be all different types of topics. Like there's one on like the top 5 systems that your business needs. There's another that I saw was like specifically about Pinterest. There was one I saw on ranking your keywords. What is your main focus? Are you working on marketing? Then you're going to want to watch all of the marketing videos. Are you trying to focus on building up your blog? Because there's a couple on blogs. There's one on podcasting. Are you trying to work more on like keywords and keyword research? Are you trying to really focus on Pinterest? Whatever you're trying to focus on, or maybe just product creation, make sure to map out those videos, because last year, I feel like I tried to focus a lot on like social media and Pinterest and things. And now I feel like I have a solid grasp on that. I really want to work on marketing and scaling my business. So that's what I'm focusing on in this. So those are the types of videos that I'm going to see. But if you go in there with a clear focus of like what you want to focus on and what you're trying to do, then make sure those videos are at the top of your list, which on TPT, I will link this underneath. There's a woman that has a handout on TPT of all the events and the dates and the times and things. And so I would go through there and highlight the ones that you want to go to that have to relate to that focus. I'm not saying you can't watch other videos, because of course I'm encouraging you to watch as many as you can, but if you go in with the focus and make sure that those videos specifically you watch, then you're going to walk away feeling like you actually came out of this learning more about what you're trying to focus. Now, with that being said, my second tip is kind of an untip, and it's don't get sucked into thinking you have to watch every single session. You're not going to get through every session. You're just not. There's literally like 5 to 6 sessions with each block of time, which means there's probably like 50 sessions. Each session is probably going to be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. And so you just have to be realistic with your time and know what you can do and can't do. But for example, if you're not a beginner seller, don't watch the beginner seller videos that teach you more about how to write make good previews, or how to write product descriptions. Like, I've probably seen those sorts of chats 5 million times. I don't need to watch that again. Like, there's only so much of the wheel that can be reinvented there. So I am encouraging, though, branch out and watch ones that you might not think you would have wanted to watch before, but don't get bogged down thinking you have to watch every single video. Watch the ones that are for your main focus, then watch ones outside of that you're like, oh yeah, this would also probably be beneficial. And then if you happen to have time, watch the ones that you're like, I could live with or without it. But go in thinking, I'm not going to watch all of the things. And that's okay. I'm going to watch XYZ. If I have extra time, add these ones. If I have way more time, these ones. And if not, no sweat. My next tip is make a schedule for yourself of when you're going to watch these things. Because yeah, sure, it would be great to watch these in real time, which you can watch some of these in real time, but there's so many sessions that are at the same time of day, and get to chat with teacher sellers, while the conference is happening. I do urge that and advise it, but you're not going to get to all of the videos during the actual conference, which I think is like the 5th through the 11th. Schedule out time. Like, I already made a Trello board because I'm that nerdy, and I named it TPT Conference, and I put in the titles of all the things I wanted to see and what days now through the 31st that I'm going to watch them. So I'm going to try my best during those actual days of the conference to watch it live, because I am home and it's right before I go on vacation with some friends. And so I'm going to try my best to do that. But then after that, I also have chunks of time set aside because, for example, my son is always with my mother-in-law on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have like 2-hour blocks on every Tuesday and Thursday until August where I've dedicated it to watching those videos so that I actually get through all of the things. So look at your schedule now for the rest of July and say, I could add an hour here, I could add this there, and then actually plug and play all of the sessions that you want to watch. If you want to do it through Trello, it's super easy, super great to do. Like I said, there's going to be some Trello tutorials coming your way on Sunday, so that's going to be our Trello mini-series in July. But that is probably the biggest tip I can have for you, is if you schedule it all out, you're way more likely to watch. Next tip, of course, would be download the handouts and have them ready to take notes on when you're watching. Because if a presenter says, oh, I created a handout, and you didn't print it out and you're not ready, you're not fully ready to write notes, you're not fully ready to take it all down. Plus, you might end up writing notes of things that are already in the handout, and I'm all about saving time. I'm not going to rewrite a sentence that was already in the workbook if they already spelled it out for me. So take time to print out the handouts of the ones that you know that you're going to go to. And you could use your printer. You can print them out for cheap with your teacher discount at Office Max or Office Depot or Staples, all of those places. But make sure that you actually print out the handouts. TPT has them all available on the actual TPT site. I will link that down below as well, so that you can print out the handouts ahead of time and that you're ready to rock and roll. Because for me, I'm always very happy when I have the handout right in front of me. I feel super focused and lasered in on that session. This video is going to be super short and sweet. We are already almost done. I only have 2 tips left. My next tip is to eliminate distractions while you're watching this course, or while you're watching this conference. I keep calling it a course. So if you have like that 2-hour block that you dedicated to yourself, use an app like Forest or the Pomodoro technique so that nothing gets through on your phone and you're not getting distracted, because notifications can be crazy. I don't even like to put my phone next to me because you don't really need it when you're watching the conference. I mean, I do have it near me in case my husband needs to answer or call me. I don't have it right there and readily available, because I don't know about you, but you'll be watching the conference, and then before you know it, you'll be on your phone and distracted, and you missed half of what the presenter said, and then you have to go back and watch it again, and we all know you're not going to go back and watch it again. So try and eliminate distractions the first round, whatever you can do to help yourself be focused and ready to go. And last but not least is to have a game plan of what you're going to do after the conference, because it's all fine and dandy if you take a bunch of notes and you go, okay, I need to create systems for my business. Or, oh, okay, I need to edit my product descriptions template so that I say this instead of this. Or it's really easy to go, okay, I'm going to send more emails to my emails community because they said I should send this many emails per week. It's all easy to say that, but it's harder to put it into practice. And so what I would do is take whatever your biggest tip or biggest takeaway was from the conference and put that into practice first. And then focus on the other things. If you try to implement every single strategy that you learn in this conference at the exact same time, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're not going to do anything. So take one thing. Let's pretend that email marketing was the main thing that you focused on. And you learned, okay, this is how to write catchy headlines and this is how to create a nurture sequence. Maybe there was a session, which I think maybe there is, on how to create a nurture welcome sequence for your email list. And you decide, I'm going to put that into practice first. You spend the next 1 or 2 weeks really crafting it and getting used to sending emails to your email community. And then it's starting to go really well. And you're like, oh, wow, what should I work next? Let's go back to the conference notes and see what else I really thought was a big key takeaway that I can add into this course, or I can add into my strategy. I have course on the brain, if you can't tell, because I'm making my Trello mini course. But anyway, what can you take from your notes and add into your strategy for later? Build it up one day at a time. It'll be so much simpler if you try to only focus on one thing at a time. I told you this video was going to be short and sweet. That's really all of the tips I have for you. I would love to know, are you going to the TPT conference? Are you thinking about it and you're on the fence? If you are, please let me know what sessions you are going to down below. I'm going to let you also know it is a super secret of mine that I would love to be a presenter one day. So I'm hoping one day that can happen. But let me know what sessions you're going to and your Insta handle and things so I can follow you and we can chat about all the TPT things. But hopefully this video was helpful and that you are able to get ready. If you haven't already bought your ticket, go make sure to do so. I'll link all of the stuff for the TPT conference under this video. I'm going to be doing a teacher tag after the conference is over with a couple of my friends. I have YouTube channels and we're going to talk about our key takeaways and like what we learned and like all of that fun stuff. So expect a TPT conference reflections video super soon. I cannot talk today. But anyway, I hope you liked it. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are almost at 100 people, which I know is not that many, but to be fair, I started this in January and was really inconsistent with this channel until about April or May. So I've been building pretty steadily since then. So I'm super excited. One day we'll get, to the masses, but this is where we're at today. All right, I love you all. My son is awake. My mother is watching him. I'm gonna go relieve her of baby duty. So I will see you on Sunday with a Trello tutorial. All right, bye guys.